Welcome to our walkthrough of the 2025 Memory Lane Car Show at the beautiful Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds in Hiawassee, Georgia. From timeless classics to wild customs, this show had it all, and we're bringing you along for the ride. If you love classic cars, cool builds, and a little southern nostalgia, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell us your favorite ride from the show. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got tons more classic car content, shows, and road trip adventures coming your way. Be sure to check out our other videos for even more rolling history. Thanks for riding along. Now let's take a cruise through memory lane. This is a Bell Mountain Auto Body original, a straight-up street demon wrapped in rust, rage, and raw steel. Built from a '32 Ford Model B, the same bones that started the hot rod revolution. But this beast? It's been torched, tuned, and twisted into a rat rod masterpiece. This '32 Model B ain't for the showroom. It's built to burn rubber and break necks. The 1932 Ford, nicknamed Deuce, is arguably the most iconic car in hot rod culture. Its lightweight frame and availability made it the go-to for speed freaks after World War II. Fun fact, it was immortalized in the Beach Boys song Little Deuce Coupe. Whether you're a classic car enthusiast, a Tri-5 Chevy lover, or just here for a nostalgia trip, this beautifully restored 1957 Bel Air is guaranteed to impress. Did you know? The 1957 Bel Air was originally seen as a mild update to the 1955 to 56 models, but it became the most collectible of the Tri-5 Chevys. It featured a new dashboard design, plus optional fuel injection, rare at the time and often only seen on Corvettes. Factory options included power windows, tissue dispensers, and even a signal-seeking Wandabar radio. Pure 1950s glam. Fun fact, George Lucas made the 1957 Chevy Bel Air a cultural icon through its role in American Graffiti, 1973, influencing generations of fans and gearheads. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro with hideaway headlights, now that's a muscle car legend, with flair and function. 1969 was the final year of the first-generation Camaro. A base model 1969 Chevrolet Camaro cost between $2,600 and $2,800, with the Rally Sport package adding to that price. The Rally Sport option cost $131.65, with 37,773 orders filled. Here's a fun fact. The 1969 Camaro has been featured in Too Fast, Too Furious, Transformers, and countless car culture flicks. It's got the looks and the bite. Step aside modern machines, because this is the 1937 Packard, where elegance met engineering in the golden age of American automobiles. Packard wasn't just a car, it was a status symbol. This beauty came with luxuries like walnut dashboards, leather seats, and a ride so smooth it was called the Whispering Giant. Under the hood, a straight-eight engine built for silky power and reliability. Back then, it wasn't about 0 to 60. It was about graceful dominance on the road. And the 1937 Packard Super 8 Touring Sedan even had something few cars could dream of back then: independent front suspension, making it one of the best-handling luxury cars of its day. A fun fact, Packard was the first American automaker to introduce air conditioning in 1939. Always ahead of its time. The famous slogan for the Packard was "Ask the man who owns one." It conveyed a sense of confidence in the quality and reliability of Packard automobiles. Here we have a 1972 Chevrolet C10 pickup truck. This was the final year of the beloved second-generation Action Line trucks, and Chevy made it count. Smooth lines, bold grills, and serious muscle under the hood, these trucks didn't just haul, they ruled the road. The 72 featured in this video has had an engine swap to a Vortec developed by Chevrolet, designed to create a swirling air-fuel mixture inside the combustion chamber for more efficient combustion, meaning more power, better fuel economy, and cleaner emissions. These trucks have appeared in movies like Dazed and Confused, and even the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. Buckle up, gearheads. This isn't just any 55 Chevy Bel Air. This is a fire-breathing 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air two-door sedan pro street dragster that turns heads and shatters expectations. In this video, we're diving into facts about this street beast, blending classic 1950s style with serious modern muscle. Despite their drag racing appearance, pro street cars are intended to be street legal and driven on public roads, retain a full interior, including seats, dashboard, and other amenities, and often feature high-horsepower engines, often with superchargers or other forced induction systems. This 55 Chevy Bel Air is rare and ready to rumble. You're looking at a 1968 Ford Galaxie XL GT, and under that long, sculpted hood, the legendary 428 cubic inch Cobra Jet V8, a street brawler in a full-size luxury cruiser's body. With 345 horsepower and a tire-twisting 462 foot-pounds of torque, this Galaxie could surprise a lot of Cudas and Camaros at the red light. Inside, it was all about comfort, bucket seats, floor shifter, and optional select shift cruise-o-matic. A boulevard bruiser you could drive cross-country in style. The XL stood for extra luxury, and the GT meant grand touring. Only around 7,000 GT packages were sold, and far fewer with the 428 Cobra Jet. You could get it with hideaway headlights as seen on this one featured in the video. Take a step back in time as we cruise through the story of one of Chevy's most iconic pickups, the 1956 Chevrolet 3100. Here are some fun and rare facts you might not know. The 56 had a unique front grille and trim design, different from the 55 and 57 models, making it a collector's dream. For the first time, buyers could opt for a powerful 265 Ci V8, giving this workhorse some real muscle under the hood. This truck was part of Chevy's revolutionary Task Force line, sleeker, more stylish, and built for both work and play. One of the first trucks to sport a wraparound windshield, giving it a futuristic look for its time. The 56 model was only made for a single production year, making surviving originals especially valuable and sought after today. Whether you're a Chevy fan, a classic truck lover, or just love vintage iron that still rumbles with soul, this 56 3100 will blow you away. All rise, because the Judge is in session. The 1970 Pontiac GTO, the Judge roared into the new decade with bold swagger and a body built for speed and stairs. You could opt for a Ram Air 3 400 V8 or go all in with the monstrous Ram Air 4. Did you know? Only 3,797 Judges were built in 1970, making this year a sweet spot for collectors. The slogan was simple and cocky, all rise for the Judge. And rise they did on drag strips, streets, and showroom floors. Meet the 1941 Willys Coupe, the drag strip legend that was never meant to be one. This little American coupe was originally designed as an economy car, but fate had horsepower in mind. In the 60s and 70s, it became a gasser drag racing icon, thanks to its lightweight steel body and short wheelbase. Hot rodders stuffed these things with blown V8s, turning the once humble Willys into a tire-shredding monster. Built by Willys Overland, this was the last coupe they made before World War II shut down production. Today, original steel-bodied 41s are rare, highly collectible, and often the crown jewel of hot rod shows. From humble beginnings to horsepower hero, the 1941 Willys Coupe is pure American muscle history. Stick around. Cool cats, here's the 1966 Ford Thunderbird. Grace meets muscle. The 1966 Thunderbird was the final flight of the fourth generation, an era known for luxurious land yachts with jet-age flair. This beauty offered something bold, refined styling with just enough muscle under the hood. Up front, the redesigned egg crate grille stretched wide with sequential turn signals hidden in the tail lamps, a futuristic touch back in the day. It marked the last year the Thunderbird would ride on the body-on-frame platform before switching to unibody. Under the hood, a powerful 390 cubic inch V8 came standard, but Ford also offered the big block 428 V8, cranking out up to 345 horsepower, plenty of power for a personal luxury cruiser. Inside, it was all about comfort and class. The Thunderbird offered wraparound rear seats, swing-away steering wheel, and aircraft-inspired dash controls. It was like piloting a jetliner down Route 66. Get ready to rumble with the 2023 Dodge Challenger RT, where old-school muscle meets modern performance. Powered by a legendary 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine cranking out 375 horsepower, this beast delivers the raw power and throaty growl that muscle car dreams are made of. With its classic coupe styling, aggressive front end, the Challenger RT isn't just about looks, it's built to perform. Fun fact, Dodge Challenger's RT stands for road track and first appeared in the 1960s. Old school swagger. Modern-day muscle. That's the Challenger RT way. This is the 1967 Ford F-Series pickup, the first year of the fifth-generation trucks. With its sleek horizontal grille, squared-off body lines, and dual headlights, the '67 Ford marked a bold design departure from its predecessors. It was also the first year Ford introduced the phrase "Built Ford Tough" in its marketing campaigns, setting a legacy that continues today. Engine options, from the reliable 240 cubic inch inline-six to the powerful 352 V8. Here's a did you know fun fact. Back in the backroads of Appalachia, some 1967 Ford pickups were quietly repurposed as White Lightning moonshine haulers. With strong V8s, hidden bed compartments, and heavy-duty springs to handle the load, these trucks could outrun trouble and lawmen on a dusty mountain trail. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro. This video features a classic first-generation Camaro with a 502 cubic inch Chevrolet Performance Parts crate engine, also known as a big block engine. These modifications often involve upgrades to the transmission, rear end, suspension, brakes, and other components to handle the increased power and torque of the larger engine. Here's a did you know fun fact. Although the first Camaros were available for sale in September 1966, they were designated as 1967 models. This is the 1939 Ford Coupe, where pre-war style meets V8 muscle. Under the hood, Ford's legendary flathead V8, pumping out 85 horsepower of raw, growling fun. It came with a 3-speed manual transmission, shifted from the steering column, a setup nicknamed 3 on the tree. It was the first year Ford introduced hydraulic brakes across all models, a big leap forward in safety and drivability. This was also the first year Ford integrated the headlights into the fenders, giving it that distinctive teardrop look, sleek and ahead of its time. A hot rodder's dream in the 50s and 60s. Many were chopped, lowered, and raced. Fun fact, the 1939 Ford Coupe made appearances in countless movies and TV shows as the quintessential gangster car or hot rod. Today, the 1939 Ford Coupe is more than a collector's car. It's a rolling monument to American innovation, grit, and style. A legacy on wheels. (1980) International Harvester Scout II, the final year of a trailblazer. The 1980 model year marked the end of an era for the International Scout, America's original SUV. Built by International Harvester, a company better known for its tractors and heavy-duty trucks, the Scout was designed to take on the Jeep CJ head-on, and it did just that for 2 decades. Nice twist. Dropping a Vortec engine into a 1980 International Scout turns an already legendary off-roader into a resto-modded beast. The 1965 Ford Mustang created an entirely new class of automobile, the pony car, compact, stylish, and performance-oriented. One of the most iconic American classics. While Ford initially projected to sell 100,000 Mustangs in the first year, they sold over 680,000 by the end of 1965. And even being featured in Goldfinger, a James Bond film. Here's a did you know fun fact. The Mustang was unveiled at the 1964 World's Fair and instantly became a national obsession. Also, that early models were actually labeled 1964 1/2 by collectors due to their early release. (1978) Pontiac Trans AM. The Pontiac Trans AM was more than just a car, it was a cultural icon. Thanks in part to Smokey and the Bandit and America's growing obsession with muscle cars wrapped in attitude, the Trans AM was selling like hotcakes. Sales for the 1978 hit a record year with 93,341 sold. The 1978 Trans AM was featured in Smokey and the Bandit too, but the 77 model had already made it famous. This one in the video has a racing setup. Fun fact, the hood decal is called Screaming Chicken. Step back into the start of a new era with this beautifully restored 1960 Chevrolet pickup truck. With its bold new front-end styling, smooth curves, and signature jet pod hood, this model marked the beginning of Chevy's C/K truck series, forever changing the landscape of American pickups and radically moving it away from the Task Force series. Unlike most trucks of the era, Chevy added torsion bar front suspension, giving a smoother car-like ride. It was short-lived, only until 1962, making it a unique feature for 1960. The 1972 Monte Carlo marked the final year of the first generation, and what a send-off it was. Blending luxury with street muscle. Chrome bumpers, a vinyl roof, hidden wipers, and a wide front grille gave the Monte Carlo its signature confident style. Inside, it was all about class. Wood grain trim, plush carpeting, and optional swivel bucket seats made you feel like royalty behind the wheel. Production topped 180,000 units this year, making it the most popular first-gen model. Fun fact? The 1972 Monte Carlo featured a clacker-style seatbelt buzzer, the government-mandated warning that annoyed drivers so much, it became legendary and was often quickly disabled. The 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air Convertible, a crown jewel of 1950s American cruising. A car that didn't just roll off the line, it rolled into history. Let's drop the top and take a ride through some fun and rare facts about this iconic beauty. Chevrolet's motto in 1955 was "The hot one's even hotter." And they weren't kidding. The 55 Bel Air was the first Chevy to offer the legendary 265 cubic inch V8, bringing muscle to the masses. It was a game changer. With its wraparound windshield, stainless side spears, and egg crate grille, the Bel Air was pure jet age glam. Only around 41,000 were convertibles and came in over 20 color combinations. Turquoise and ivory, fully restored and gleaming. This ride is truly rare road royalty. '69 Chevrolet Nova. Small car, big attitude. At first glance, it looked like a simple compact car. But under that clean, boxy body, you could find everything from a humble inline-six to a fire-breathing 396 cubic inch V8 in the SS 396 trim. That's right, Chevy dropped a big block in this lightweight shell, turning it into a street dominator. It weighed just over 3,000 pounds, giving it an impressive power-to-weight ratio. Here's a did you know fun fact. Less than 6,000 SS 396 Novas were built in 1969. The 1966 Chevelle SS holds a special place in muscle car history. It was the first year the SS became its own distinct model. With a Coke bottle shape, forward-thrusting front fenders, new body contour lines, and a ferocious iconic 396 cubic inch V8 engine, available in 3 levels of tune, up to a brutal 375 horsepower. It was so torquey it could twist rear axles if you weren't careful. Chevy even reinforced drivetrains for the job. Here's a did you know fun fact. Only around 100 Z16 SS Chevelles were built in 1965 as a teaser, so when the full SS 396 line dropped in 1966, it caused a muscle car frenzy. Transmission choices? A 3-speed manual came standard, but many opted for the Muncie 4-speed or 2-speed Powerglide automatic. This car gave drivers options for how they wanted to burn rubber. '70 Ford F100 Ranger, classic muscle meets modern Roush power. This ain't your grandpa's farm truck. This 1970 Ford F100 Ranger is a full-blown resto-mod beast, blending vintage Ford style with the heart-thumping power of a modern Roush engine under the hood. With its iconic body lines, chrome trim, and rugged stance, the F100 Ranger was already one of the best-looking pickups of its era. But drop in a Roush crate motor, built for speed, torque, and attitude, and you've got a street truck that growls louder than a Mustang GT. Today, with a Roush engine swap, it's gone from workhorse to street-slaying showstopper. This 1939 Ford Deluxe stands as a shining example of late 1930s American automotive elegance, capturing the bridge between the streamlined Art Deco era and the powerful post-war designs to come. This restored model brings back the bold curves, wide grilles, and stately road presence that made it a standout in its day. The first Ford with hydraulic brakes? Yes, the 1939 marked the debut of hydraulic brakes in Fords, a major leap in safety. Iconic teardrop headlights, a sleek departure from previous designs, giving the car its unmistakable look. Pre-war rarity. These pre-World War II models are coveted among collectors for their craftsmanship and scarcity. Fun fact, a popular factory option was the Art Deco-style banjo steering wheel, named for its string-like metal spokes. Meet the 1969 Chevrolet C10 Stepside, a true workhorse wrapped in timeless style. Under the hood options ranged from a bulletproof 250ci inline-6 to the muscular 350 V8, making it as ready for hauling as it was for cruising Main Street on a Saturday night. The 69 model year featured a redesigned grille and better ride quality thanks to independent front suspension, a big leap from the stiff old-school setups of earlier pickups. Fun fact, the 1969 C10 was part of Chevy's Action line, aimed at making trucks more comfortable for daily drivers. These trucks had coil spring rear suspensions rare for pickups at the time, which gave them a smoother ride than Ford's leaf-sprung competition. The 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit Wolfsburg Edition, born in Germany, built in the USA. By 1984, the Rabbit, known as the Golf in Europe, was assembled in Westmoreland, Pennsylvania, marking Volkswagen's ambitious US expansion. The Wolfsburg Edition badge paid tribute to VW's hometown in Germany and denoted a limited-run, upscale trim. Engine, 1.7-liter or 1.8-liter inline-4. Transmission, 4-speed manual or optional 3-speed automatic. Drivetrain, front-wheel drive. Did you know fun facts? Wolfsburg is the city where VW was founded in 1938, and the Wolfsburg Castle on VW's logo is a real medieval structure in the town. Is it a muscle car? Is it a truck? No, it's the best of both worlds. Say hello to the 1968 Chevrolet El Camino SS 396. Chevy produced 41,791 El Caminos in 1968. Of those, just over 5,000 were SS 396 models, making those rare and highly sought after by collectors today. With dual exhaust and optional chambered pipes, the El Camino SS 396 had a deep, throaty roar that muscle car fans still chase today in restoration builds. Here's a did you know fun fact. El Camino translates from Spanish as the road or the way. Pretty fitting for a car-truck hybrid designed to go anywhere and do it fast. A farmyard hero? A drag strip daredevil? The 68 El Camino played all those roles and looked good doing it. Rare, respected, and real fine. This is the 1961 Chevrolet Bel Air. Crisp new styling and jet-aged futuristic bubble top, it set the stage for Chevrolet in the 60s. It was the first model of the third-generation Bel Air, completely redesigned from the curvy 50s look to a sharper, sleeker body with bold lines and unmistakable attitude. With a base price of $2,491. Here's a did you know fun fact. NASCAR Racing Hall of Famer Rex White drove a 1961 Chevrolet Bel Air during the 1961 NASCAR season. White chose the Bel Air for its solid balance of power, handling, and reliability. Feast your eyes on a true American classic, the 1951 Chevrolet pickup truck, beautifully brought back to life. The 1951 Chevy pickup was the last year to feature the split windshield design, a signature look that gives it that unmistakable vintage flair. This was also the first year Chevrolet introduced the wing vent windows, a feature drivers loved for better airflow without opening the main window, pretty fancy for the 50s. You had to pay extra if you wanted turn signals. Not every truck came with them. Drivers had to use hand signals or just hope for the best. These trucks had oak wood bed floors with metal strips, both strong and stylish. Restoration fans still love this detail today. Fun fact, in 1951, Chevrolet trucks were marketed under the slogan, "Heavy-duty power for every job." 1972 Buick GS Stage 1, the gentleman's muscle car with a knockout punch. The 1972 Buick GS Stage 1 is a muscle car legend, blending raw performance with luxury and style. It wasn't just fast, it was the torque king of Detroit, even beating the famed Hemi in twisting force. For 55 cubic inch V8, earth-moving 510 pound-foot of torque at just 2,800 RPM 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds. Quarter mile in the high 13th stock. It was the muscle car for the executive, subtle, sleek, and surprisingly fast. It could smoke a Chevelle, scare a GTO, and still carry your golf clubs. A restored 1968 Ford Mustang equipped with a Ford GT40 engine is a rare and powerful custom vehicle that blends classic style with high-performance racing heritage. It's a highly desirable combination, as both the 1968 Mustang and the GT40 engine are iconic representations of Ford's automotive history. In essence, a restored 1968 Ford Mustang with a GT40 engine is a testament to automotive craftsmanship and the desire to combine the aesthetics of a classic pony car with the brute force of a legendary racing engine. Don't miss this beautifully restored example, a time capsule on wheels. The 1958 Chevrolet Apache 31 pickup truck. This wasn't just a workhorse, it was a bold step forward in style, strength, and swagger. The Apache name was brand new in '58, symbolizing rugged dependability and strength. First year for dual headlights, a dramatic design shift that gave it a tougher, more modern face. New fleet-side bed option debuted sleek, wide, and way ahead of its time in styling. Came with a 283 V8 option, giving it real muscle to match its good looks. Full-width hood emblem, 4-bar grille, and unique shark fin emblem on the hood made it one of the most recognizable trucks on the road. Approximately 1.1 million Chevrolet Apache pickup trucks were produced in 1958. The 1940 Ford Deluxe came in over a dozen factory colors, including cool names like Cloud Mist Gray, Yosemite Green, and Mandarin Maroon. The Ford Deluxe in this video features it in the Mandarin Maroon. The 1940 model year introduced the now iconic sealed beam headlights integrated into the fenders, a bold and modern design move at the time. The Deluxe was the upscale version of the standard Ford, offering more chrome trim, better upholstery, and additional luxury features. The dashboard was Art Deco inspired, and the cabin featured Bakelite knobs, chrome touches, and optional mohair upholstery, luxurious for its time. A fascinating fact about the 1940 Ford Deluxe is that it was one of the last consumer vehicles produced by Ford before their factories were largely converted to support the wartime production effort for World War II. The 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona wasn't just another muscle car, it was a purpose-built NASCAR dominator. This beast was born to do one thing: win on the track. Engine options: 440 cubic inch Magnum V8 375, 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 425. The Daytona was Dodge's answer to Ford's domination in NASCAR. Piloted by legends like Buddy Baker, who broke the 200 miles per hour barrier at Talladega in 1970. Its performance led to NASCAR changing the rules to ban aero cars like the Daytona and Plymouth Superbird. Nicknamed Winged Warrior and priced around $4,000 in 1969. Check out this American classic, restored and ready to turn heads. This is the 1967 Ford F-Series pickup, the first year of the fifth-generation trucks, and it's nothing short of iconic. With its sleek horizontal grille, squared-off body lines, and dual headlights, the 67 Ford marked a bold design departure from its predecessors. It was also the first year Ford introduced the phrase "Built Ford Tough" in its marketing campaigns, setting a legacy that continues today. Here's a fun fact: 1967 was the last year Ford offered the legendary low GVW versions, perfect for light-duty farm or city work. And collectors love it because this year had no federally mandated side marker lights yet, giving it that clean, uncluttered classic look. Whether it's hauling hay or cruising in a car show, this 67 beauty blends utility with vintage charm. Fully restored like this one? It's more than a truck, it's a piece of rolling Americana. Step back in time with the iconic 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air sedan. A symbol of post-war optimism and timeless American design, the 57 Bel Air isn't just a car, it's a cultural legend on four wheels. From its bold tail fins and chrome-drenched grille to its rocket-inspired trim, this classic cruiser turns heads like few others. Under the hood, options ranged from a dependable Blue Flame inline-six to the powerful 283 V8 with fuel injection, making it one of the first cars to offer true muscle in a full-size family ride. Inside, you'll find bench seats, gleaming dash details, and that signature two-tone color magic that screamed 1950s cool. Whether restored to perfection or lightly customized, the 57 Bel Air remains one of the most admired classics in automotive history. A rolling work of art and a tribute to America's golden age of cruising. Step back into time and feast your eyes on this beautifully restored 1945 Chevrolet pickup truck. A true icon from the end of World War II. With rugged charm and vintage steel, this truck is more than a vehicle. It's a piece of American history brought back to life. From its signature horizontal grille bars to its rounded fenders and wood plank bed floors with metal strips. Split, flat-pane windshield glass gave the truck a distinct look and was easier to replace in a time of material shortages. Fun fact, very few civilian pickups were made in 1945. Most were reserved for government, farming, or industrial use. That makes surviving civilian 1945 trucks exceptionally rare today. Here comes a real American workhorse, the 1969 Ford F-100 Ranger pickup. Back when trucks were built tough, looked sharp, and weren't afraid to get a little dirt under their wheels. In 1969, Ranger meant style and comfort, not just off-road. You got chrome accents, two-tone paint, wood grain interior panels, and plusha seating. It was the luxury liner of Ford's pickup fleet. Engine choices ranged from a dependable 240 CI inline 6 to the beefy 390 V8, giving plenty of torque for hauling, towing, or showing off. Twin I-beam front suspension. Ford's unique design offered a smoother ride, even when the bed was loaded. From its bold horizontal grille bars to the squared-off body lines, this truck screams late-60s Americana. Get ready to rumble with this legendary 1968 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. A true street fighter bred for the track, the Z28 was GM's answer to the Trans AM racing craze, and boy, did it deliver. This beast packed a high-revving 302 CI V8 under the hood, specially built to meet SCCA's 5.0-liter limit, and it came alive at 6,000 plus RPM. Did you know, fun fact? Only 7,199 Z28s were built in 1968, making it one of the rarest trims that year. Buckle up for a ride back to 1955, when chrome ruled the road and style met performance in the unforgettable Chevrolet Bel Air two-door sedan. In this video, we uncover fun and rare facts about one of the most iconic classics of the American highway. Did you know the 55 Bel Air was the first Chevy to feature the legendary small-block V8 engine? Or that it introduced modern tubeless tires to the lineup? This wasn't just a car, it was a revolution on wheels. With over 168 color combinations available, yes, really, drivers could show off their personal flair like never before. And while the convertible gets lots of attention, the two-door sedan was a favorite for hot rodders and daily drivers alike, thanks to its lighter weight and bold styling. Watch now to see why the 55 Bel Air became an instant classic and how it still turns heads nearly 70 years later. From tail fins to torque, this Chevy's got stories to tell. Welcome to the wild side of muscle. Today we're unleashing the 2018 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. But don't let the four doors fool you. This is a full-blown, street-legal missile packing 707 horsepower from its supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8. With a 0 to 60 time in the low threes and a top speed nearing 200 miles per hour, it's not just one of the fastest sedans ever built, it's a Hellcat with manners. Big Brembos, aggressive styling, and a growl that shakes the pavement make this Mopar legend the king of the family haulers. Official slogan, domestic, not domesticated. Here's a fun fact. SRT stands for Street and Racing Technology, while the Hellcat name is derived from an American World War II fighter aircraft. As always, thank you for taking time to watch our video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe for free to see our upcoming videos. Until next time, keep restoring our history.